how you do? Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today we're building in San Myshuno again because I'm really enjoying apartment builds I've been doing. Today I wanted to do a bigger apartment. Today we're in 121 Hack House, and that is in the Arts District. And this is where like that one family that was like really colorful with like a bunch of yellows and oranges and stuff used to live, because I forgot their name. I know it starts with a J. I'm sorry. I didn't think about that too much, but this used to be their apartment. Now I don't think I'm going to replace it in the save file, because they're very iconic. I like them. I love them a lot. I want them to stay. I don't really want to take them away from the save file, but this is going to be on the gallery for you if you do want to put this in your game for yourself. The idea for this apartment was actually that like 3 college students lived here. I wanted it to be kind of like a frat house, but it's not really like a frat house or fraternity. I imagine this to be a co-ed dorm. I mean, you could call it a dorm if you want to, but like some college housing. But I wanted it to be co-ed. I had some Sims in mind when I was building the bedrooms, but I didn't actually finish the Sims yet. I've been trying to like take a break from Sims content, not in the sense of like playing it, but in the sense of feeling the need to upload a new video like at least every other day and take my time. So that's why you haven't seen me or seen a video in like 3 to 4 days, which isn't a lot, but it is a lot compared to what my upload schedule used to be, at least what it has been for a few weeks. So, you know, I'm trying to also focus on like Second Life stuff, because I do have a shop in Second Life. If you didn't know, I have a shop in Second Life. It's called Petal Puff, and if you use Second Life, you can shop there. It's specifically a brand for like my type of style. So I noticed in Second Life that a lot of brands owned by other Black people, they're very specific. Like they have a specific style. For me, I really like the Heim style. Sometimes I like to wear like what's considered like very cute Japanese fashion. At least on my like avatar. I don't wear that in real life because I'm a little insecure, but on my avatar I like to wear that. And I noticed that not a lot of Black people, well, there is a big population of other Black people that wear that type of thing on Second Life, but I've noticed that all those brands, like whether it be skin or makeup or things like that, they do not have good stuff for Black skin tones, and they do not have clothing options like for eBody Reborn and Cupra and things like that. So I've been trying to do that for myself, and then basically like reproduce that for all of you to use. So I hope you like it. Like I hope, like, you know, if you use Second Life, like, please check out my store. It's called Petal Puff, you know, all one word. Anyway, back to talking about the build. So, I used a lot of Get Famous and bowling stuff. Bowling night stuff, is that what it's called? Bro, I don't know, but I used a lot of that, especially in the living spaces, because I felt like it just matched the style I was going for. I wanted something that was crazy colorful. Like, I wanted it to be colorful, but I also wanted it to look a little, like, mid-century modern, too. Like, that's so weird to think of for, like, a college, like, house, but I felt like it would be so fun. I felt like it was kind of youthful, too, and, you know, like, just young people live here. I wanted it to look like that. I wanted it to look like young people lived here. For the most part, it's very clean for a university house, but it'll probably get dirtier if you, like, gameplaying in it and stuff. I tried to make it like somewhat like simulated messy when you get to the living room, because I used some of that clutter that they had, the floor clutter that they added with high school years. I used that in the living room. You're probably gonna see it very soon, but I struggled a lot when it came to the living room, because I know the couch I wanted to use, but I didn't know what color I wanted to use, because it's one of those things where you have so many colors in your build and you ask yourself, am I using too much of this color, too much of that color, things like that. That's why I also changed the cabinets, because I was thinking like there's too much blue, I have to change it, and I made it to green, and I felt like that was such a good decision. Like, I love that. Not only that, but I was using a lot of wood tones. Maybe not a lot, but I was using like the red wood tone, and the dark wood tone that I had on the floors. It was very hectic. It took a lot of thought from me. I don't know much about color theory at all, so like, you know, Don't think I'm an expert because I'm really not, but I really tried my best. I tried to like ask myself what looked good. I was like panning around the living room and just the house in general forever trying to think to myself like, does this look cool? Also, I forgot I added the flamingos and stuff. I just felt like it was something really funny, especially them living in the city. Like maybe they went to the flea market and they just bought a bunch of stuff just because it was dirt cheap and they thought it would be fun in their apartment. I know, like for me and my friend group, like we would do stuff like that. Like, you know, us in our very early 20s, like we would do stuff like that. I was struggling to figure out what I wanted to do with this like little corner of the hallway, especially because all the doors are just on one side, and I decided what better time to put down a little bar, like a mini bar, and I thought that was so fun because we had the keg in the living room, which I thought was also funny. Down stuff that I thought like your Sims could like just get into and like create mischief with. Sorry if you actually do go to college with some of your Sims here, because I just thought about it. I did not leave space for you to really put down like the presentation posters that you have to put down, but I'm sure like you can make it work. Like make it work. Make it work. I promise you can. I promise you can. You gotta put it in the doorway or something. Oh my god. But yeah, I just thought about that now that I'm thinking about it. Most of the bathrooms look very similar in like how they're laid out, and I tried to do that because I thought to myself, like, if you have like bathrooms in real life, right, the fixtures would be most likely the same consistently throughout. I mean, most likely, right? So I tried to keep it like that, but then added like different like towels and different like caddies and stuff. You have the choice of the bath, you have the choice of a shower. In most of them, I made it into, this is the girls' room. It can also be like anyone else's room if you do decide to change it, but in my mind, this was the girls' room, and I wanted to make her like a cheerleader. I wanted to make her just like on the outside perceived as like the dumb person, you know? The dumb girl who's not actually gonna pass, but in my mind, when I made her as a sim, because she's the only sim I made at this point, when I made her as a sim, I made her like a psychology major, and I wanted her to like have the distinguished degree, and made her a genius and a bookworm and things like that. Like, oh, she's not what it seems, type of stereotype. Because I thought it would be fun. I haven't done something like that in a very long time, and I thought it would be perfect to do it, especially in this like party house kind of setting. You know, because she could party. She's very popular, right? But she's also going to get that degree, and that's on that. But yeah, I think she's my favorite. I think she's the main character. The other two rooms, like, I think I'm gonna make for guys. I specifically like the red room. I want that specifically to be like, I want him to specifically be gay. Okay, don't ask me why, bro. Don't ask, he just is. Okay. He just is. And I want him to just be like a little like ambiverted, right? But I want him to have multiple, like, now that we have woohoo partners, it's gonna go down. It's gonna go crazy. Like, there's one thing I wish, like, Sims 3 University was just so hype. It was so dramatic, and like, it actually felt like university in a lot of ways, right? But I feel like with a lot of things in The Sims in general, but like especially with university, they toned down a lot of stuff. Like, in The Sims 3, like I remember when I was replaying it, like there will always be couples everywhere. There will always like, you lived in a like fraternity, you lived in a sorority, you will always find like people bringing their boyfriends in and just like catch them doing a nasty in midday. And to be fair, I feel like that's really realistic. I wish The Sims could go back to that. That was the time. That was the real teen rating. I hope you all enjoyed this build. I hope you all download it. I hope you have some envisions and ideas that you want to use, just like I did. Hope you enjoyed the slideshow. I'll have the download link in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye!